picture ledge shelf is a great way to showcase books and other things. In this video, I'd like to show you how I made two of these for $8. Using a tape measure, I'm going to mark out 24 inches. Because I want two shelves, I'm going to use my miter saw to cut two 24-inch boards. Along the width of each board, I want to measure and mark 4 and 6 inches. Using a table saw, I want to rip down the boards at the 4 and 6 inch mark, which will give me 3 boards per shelf, and since I'm doing 2 shelves, that's 6 pieces in total. The 3.5 inch board is going to be the base of our shelf. Measure and mark at 5 and 6 inches, flip the board around, and repeat. Measure and mark at 5 and at 6 inches. I'm going to be using the Craig Pocket Hole Jig to line up with the mark that I've just made and clamp that into place. Then I'm going to be taking my drill and putting this pocket hole in. Take the board out of the clamp, spin it over, and once again match up the mark that was made. I'm going to be using some wood glue here on the back and front pieces. It's important to flip over the base and then make sure that the glue is lined up nicely in the middle of the board. Do this with the front and the back pieces. I'm going to be using some clamps to make sure this stays in place while I screw in those pocket holes. Flip the whole shelf over so you can get to the screws, and use a drill to get the pocket holes inserted. Use a rag to wipe off any excess wood glue and paint or stain whatever color you want. I chose white and I put on 2 coats. Now it's time to get the mounting hardware installed. Flip the shelf over, take your tape measure and mark at 4 inches from the side. Then flip the shelf over and mark the other side at 4 inches. Come down 1 inch and line up with that 4 inch. Do this on both sides. This is a keyhole fastener. I'm going to line this up with the mark that was just made and then use a pencil to mark the second hole down below the first one. Then I'm going to use my drill to pre-drill holes for this fastener. Use a screwdriver to tighten this down. Now you notice this screw does not fit very well. So I'm going to take a pencil and mark out where this is going to be on the board. Loosen the screw just a little bit to flip this up so that I can use a drill to put a small dimple into the wood here. Don't go too far. You don't want to go through all to the other side. Tighten this back down, put both screws in. Once this is done, you'll notice a screw easily fits into this keyhole fastener. To make sure this shelf is sturdy, I use a stud finder to find the stud and then insert my first screw. Next, I take a tape measure and determine the distance between the 2 keyhole fasteners, and then I use this same value on the wall. Now I come down from the ceiling. You can also go up from the floor to find the same value here, and then I get my next screw inserted. Installing the shelf can be a little bit tricky because there's not much room between the wall and the shelf to see what's going on, but with a little practice, it's not too bad. After I've pushed that down, I use a torpedo level to make sure that I got the shelf level, and I do. Here is the finished product. I do recommend sanding and putting a second or third coat of paint on here to make this shelf look even more polished than the one I have here. I hope you found this video helpful. Now you can buy these shelves at Target or Lowe's and Amazon, but the cheapest I've seen them for was $13 for just a single shelf. So it's really awesome to be able to make 2 of these for $9. If you've enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button. It sure does help the ranking. And also, if you know somebody that would enjoy making their own picture ledge shelves, then push share on this video to your Facebook, Twitter, and on YouTube. I'm Seth Johnson with Land the House, and I will see you in the next video.